How's it going, wet shavers? Today is now Tuesday. I'm cruising on day 3 on night shift or third shift, and it's actually a pretty good gig. So it's kind of the best kept secret at my company. But at any rate, so today I'm going to be going with Holy Cow's the King of Oud. All right, this stuff is a very nice scent. It's a very pleasant. It's a powdery. People say it's floral. I don't get a whole lot of floral from it, but then again, floral, I always think funeral home. But I acquired a sample of this stuff from Maggard probably about, I'd say, 5 or 6 weeks ago, and once I got it, I just knew I wanted the scent, and so I ended up finding the soap, though, on one of the Facebook pages. I actually had to buy the matching splash from the razor company. So, you know, another savvy way of being able to get some pricey soap at a decent rate. So, so today I'm going to be shaving with, this is one that I got back last week, the vintage Frederick Reynolds, and it is, check out these custom scales that LatherMeWhiskers put on here. I don't know if you can see just kind of it's almost like 3D the way it goes on in there. Maybe on this side you can. Hopefully I don't cut the shit out of my hand. But, let's see. Yeah, you might be able to get it. But, pretty nice razor. So, at any rate, I'm going to be using the Frank's shaving brush. And like I said, we're using the King of Oud. I will be doing some mustache treatment with the slant bar from Maggard. One of my subscribers had asked why I use 2 different DEs. This one, if you can tell, you see how bulky and rounded those ends are? So it makes it a little bit tasking to get up in here in the mustache area. Not just with the grain, but definitely going against it. You don't have a whole lot of margin for error. So, and I've got a crown blade in that one. This one I have a Persona Red, and this is a Merkur, and it's a much milder razor, so when I do the against the grain, it's a lot less likely to cause some irritation or weepers down in here. So that's just my story. It might all be in my head, but it's working for me for right now. So, you know, in 2 weeks I might be saying, I don't know why the hell I was doing that, but for now, it's working. So, without further ado, I'm going to wet the face, and we will get started. I gotta pour out the bloom water here. We'll put a little bit of that on as a pre-shave. Make the hands all slippery. This stuff does take on a little bit more of a potent scent once it's bloomed, lathered, whatever you want to say. I think I've used this soap twice so far. But, I mean, aside from the use I had on the sample. So, anyway. But, because, like I've said before, I'm not very experienced face lathering, I'm going to be loading the ever-living hell out of this brush, and whatever I don't use will go down the sink, and I can just buy more soap later. But, so, after talking with the stallion, Anthony Esposito, a little bit back and forth the last couple of days, I finally ordered myself a 3824 Savile Row. So, that should be coming in I'm guessing the next week. It's coming from Rhode Island and I'm in Ohio, but then again, the last thing that was sent to me from New Hampshire took 3 weeks. So, I'm guessing I got enough. We'll clean out the excess first. Obviously you don't want to waste any of this soap. I mean, it is pricey. Like I said, I found this on a Facebook page, and it was drastically reduced in price than what I would have spent brand new, and I think the guy said that he had used it twice. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to ever say I'm a savvy bloodhound for deals, but when I saw that come across and I knew that I liked the scent of the sample that I got from Maggard, I just figured I'd pull the trigger now rather than say tomorrow. Damn it, I wish I would have grabbed that, because I keep seeing a whole bunch of Taylorville Bond Street creams, and for whatever reason I get off the damn page and I get back on like an hour later and they're sold. So that's one other thing that I've been wanting to pull the trigger on trying, and you can see how pasty this stuff is going on. So it's obviously going to need some water, and this face leather might take just a little bit. We'll use the bottle first, then we'll go to the mug, the Old Spice mug that I soaked the brush in for some H2O. Now with Holy Cow soaps, I don't tend to need to do a pre-shave as far as like the cube or anything. This stuff kind of stands by itself when it comes to protecting your skin. So we're still a little thick. We're probably going to have to dunk the brush just a little bit. Now, if what Stallion's been saying about the Savile Rose being softer than this, then I'm in for one hell of a treat, because this thing is a soft brush. I mean, once I started using it, I was about ready to toss out my synthetics and my other my super high density Badger knot, because you know, it's just those high density ones, number one, for me, they don't have the flow through that I need to, you know, be able to paste this on and keep moving along. It's like it holds on to it and you can't get it to go anywhere. So that's just me. Like I said, if it works for you, then by all means stick with it. I'm just not a big fan of the high density stuff anymore. I mean, I thought that's initially what I wanted, and once I started using it, it was difficult for me. So I'd say we might need just a little bit more water. That should do. And before I actually get started, I will use the alum block, and yeah, we're definitely good now. I'm going to use the alum block for below the neck, and then I also get a little bit of it right back here and here, so that if I need to stretch back here in order to get a little bit of this stuff, that I don't have any issues, because I'm trying to get a heck of a lot better and efficient at making sure I'm stretching more, because you know, if I'm any bit more or less likely to get cut, I'm going to take advantage of it. So this, for me, just creates a little bit more of an avenue to keep my skin taut or tight, whatever you want to say, whatever word of choice you need. So I forgot the digits. It's 10 minutes and I haven't even started shaving yet, so alright. So here we go. Pass number 1 with the grain. I'm trying to see in the mirror. So I might not have got quite enough water. I mean, you can kind of see how the soap's bunching up. It's not going to in any way, shape, or form fall off. So I may have got it just a little bit underhydrated. Always this damn zit right here, or ingrown hair, whatever the hell it is, that keeps rearing its ugly head on that first pass. Now, I never get it bad enough that I'm going to need to use like the styptic on it, but I can feel it every time I hit it. It's like, son of a bitch. So... I haven't tried this blade as far as the mustache goes, so we'll see how this goes. Not too bad. I'll clean up any of the other hard to get to spots with the DE because I'm going to count my blessings there. This is a pretty thick blade, so to try and get it under the nose is a little bit of a steep request. Alright. Too bad for the first side. Guess I missed one spot up here near the sideburn, so give the razor just a little bit more grease to glide on. Alright, so right side. And I might wipe the blade off a lot more than most. I just always like to see where that edge is going when I'm starting to put it to the skin. So alright, so cool. So I will let you guys go. I'm going to rinse off real quick. I'll be back for pass number 2, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, and we are back. So, like I said before, with the other ones, the other videos I've done, on this second pass, I'm going to go against the grain on the neck and across on the cheeks. So I've already done the against the grain on the mustache just to kind of save time, especially since I took like 14 minutes to get one pass done, considering I was flapping my yap. So anyway, we'll get moving here. I'm just making sure I got to adjust the angle just a little bit as I'm going around the face so That's why I keep checking and making sure that I got over everything. Oh, I guess I got one weeper there and one on the neck, which those spots are just gonna be a thorn in my side for a long time. Guess I'd rather have them and be clean shaven than not have them and, you know, be hot and have hair everywhere. So, there we go. I am trying, like y'all, to keep this spine flat, or as close to flat as I can. Okay, time to wipe the blade. Come straight up. Definitely forgot to turn the towel around again, so I'm trying to search for a clean spot to wipe off the blade. So, other side, here we go. And like I said, it will end up looking like I'm going in steep at first until I get right past where I start in here, and then it'll adjust flat. Nice. You know what? Let's wipe the blade off first. Alright, so keep leaning in to look at the mirror, and I keep leaning away from the camera. Sorry. Alright, so no, I am not going to do a fool's pass with a straight razor. Like I said, I'm getting better at it, but don't trust myself right now. And I think I'm getting to the point with this big slant bar. Like I said, you see the bulky edge. It makes it a little tougher, but because of the way that the bar is slanted, if you just go to the other half of the razor, you can usually get right in here. So I may be able to start doing that. I don't know that I'd make this my initial pass with going against the grain there. I mean, I'd go over it with something lighter first, just to be on the safer side of things. I thought I got everything with the straight razor right there, but this is the main spot that I have to get as far as work goes, because if any of these hairs right here catch on my mask, then the mask gets tugged down. And for somebody with, I guess, mild OCD about shit like that, you're going to lose your mind over a course of a 10-hour shift. So I guess we are in good enough shape. I can just bring you guys along for the ride as far as the rinsing up, which, why not just do it this way? Get the sink going. All that water's still warm. I forgot to get the Thayer's Witch Hazel out, and that's across the room. So you know what? We're not going with it today. We'll go with the unscented, and then we'll just go straight to the aftershave. The aftershave's got alcohol in it. It'll help with any of that, you know, antiseptic type properties as well. So I'm not going to be overkill today. Now, the weather here has just been getting colder and colder. So, for any of you Ohioans, Buckeye Chuck disagrees with Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog. So, Buckeye Chuck, I guess, has been 60% more accurate over, I think, the last 40 years than Phil has. So, Buckeye Chuck said early spring. Bullshit. 6 weeks from now is still the middle of March, and it's still cold up here. Any of you guys in north of, say, Kentucky, I think can all agree that an early spring is not happening in the month of February. That's just me with my little sense of bitter humor, if you will. I mean, I don't mind the cold, but it's been pretty harsh cold here, and it doesn't seem like the snow's going to melt, and it just doesn't seem to, the cold just doesn't seem to want to break. So, without further ado, here we go. We got the matching splash, King of Oud. This stuff is a killer scent. I don't know. To me, it's just an intoxicating scent. So, my wife does like it. A few of her friends that were over one day when I got the stuff kind of all agree. So, I mean, if you're looking for something for date night, this stuff is, you know, at least approved by the majority. So, I mean, I'm not looking for date night for work or anything like that, but at the same time, you know, need to be clean shaven, so any which way. So today, like I said, we went with Holy Cow's King of Oud. We had the Frank shaving brush and the awesome work of Paul LatherMeWhiskers, the vintage Frederick Reynolds with the purple, blue, and I guess more purple, clear scale, violet scales. So this was awesome work, and I mean, I couldn't have been happier that we realized that there were some cracked scales, because there was the ugly tortoise looking stuff. I mean, and this looked bad. I know some of you guys might have tortoise scales and like them. These ones looked like shit. So it was awesome to be able to put a sexy blade with some really nice looking scales. So thank you again, Paul. Great work as always. Any which way, guys, I gotta bounce. You guys have a good day. You guys will probably be seeing this Wednesday, which would be my last day of work this week. So Any which way. You guys have a good one. Keep your shaves clean. Keep them wet. Later, guys.